Black Swan, Blue Valentine, Green Hornet. Are we just going through the color wheel now? The Green Hornet gets off to a very muddled start. We aren't really sure about tone, probably because it does one of my least favorite things in a movie. It starts 20 years in the past, when we meet our character as a kid, and then we jump into the future to see what he's doing. We don't need to see that scene because Seth Rogen talks about it later anyway. I prefer to initially see him as a charming D-bag, and then realize he's a well-intentioned charming D-bag when he tells us that story. Something that more easily would have set up the tone would have actually been the end credits, which have this flashy comic book style opener. And then we go straight into the scene with Shadnovsky, and then we go straight into Brit partying. We would have gotten a complete understanding of what this film is. We've got comic book genre, a nuanced, insecure villain, and got a party animal who's going to become a hero. That's simple. There's also the whole issue of the why. Why do Brit and Kato become crime fighters? Don't call them superheroes. They don't have powers. Technical nerd points. Good job. Like, they're upset with his dad, so they decide to be vandals, and in the process they protect somebody and realize that's the first time that they're really doing something valuable with their lives, so they decide to continue doing that. It just takes a really long time to get up to this point. And really quickly, Christoph Waltz. The character really never explores his full potential. He's supposed to be somewhat of an insecure mob boss, but that's never really touched on until the very end of the film, at which point we've kind of forgotten about it. If it were sort of a 1, 2, 3 arc, the second time we see him, he's like more dapper or whatever, listening to James Franco's thing. Oh, why is James Franco picking up these random bit parts in action comedies? He did it last time in Date Night. He just like is picking up random fun bits. You have 127 hours in the Oscars to host. Let other people take those roles. But back to Waltz. As the Jew Hunter in Inglourious Bastard, Waltz delivers beyond anything. Most notably due to his subtlety, but it's that exact subtlety in Green Hornet that makes him fail. Everyone else, especially Rogen, is very tongue-in-cheek. It's almost as though something got lost in translation. That actually would make sense. Waltz is Austrian, Rogen's Canadian, Diaz is American, Chow is Chinese, and they're all under French director Michel Gondry. It's like a poorly attended UN meeting. I hate to say it, but the problem may be the director. And I love Michel Gondry. All of his music videos are batshit crazy. Yes, there are a few cool tricks here and there. Kato Vision, the split screen montage, and Brit piecing everything together, but the script doesn't give him much to do. Overall, it just comes out as a standard action comedy. I suppose that's why Cameron Diaz is in it then. She likes her action comedies, and things that are green, apparently. Yes, I'm nitpicking about the actors, but on paper this cast looks absurd. And what's interesting is while Seth Rogen is the most relevant actor in the cast, he's actually the least interesting. He does little more than be himself. Although I will admit Seth Rogen is so earnest in his delivery that you don't mind. I'll say there's some truly entertaining chemistry between Chow and Rogen, and not in a Shanghai Noon sort of way. Although in terms of martial arts, Jay Chow kicks all sorts of ass. He's unofficially the rock star of this film. It's strange though, for being a crime fighter movie, it sometimes feels more like a bromance that just happens to have some fight scenes. But the craziest thing, despite all my gripes, is that the Green Hornet is a fun film. I enjoyed it. A few sequences are a little too long, and motivations for characters are a little hazy. But once Kato Vision kicks in, the movie's figured itself out, and it's a high-octane ride from there on out. And this is probably the best converted 3D film out there. And that's all I'm gonna say about the 3D, because it's good. I give Green Hornet 4 out of the G8 Summit seats. And yes, it totally counts because Waltz also has citizenship with Germany. More technical nerd points! So those are my thoughts on Green Hornet. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also click here to check out my reviews on Vertigo and Enter the Void. And you can click down here for the link to my Tumblr. Or you can click the mystery box. What's in the box? It's probably a Michel Gondry music video. So now it's not so much a mystery box, it's just a box.